In August 1940, one of the most powerful revolutionaries in history sat quietly at his desk in Mexico. He had survived exile, assassination attempts, and the ruthless politics of the Soviet Union. But on that quiet afternoon, a man he trusted walked into his room. Minutes later, Leon Trotsky would be dying. And the betrayal that ended his life had been planned for years. The rise of a revolutionary. Leon Trotsky was not born powerful. Born in 1879 in the Russian Empire, he grew up in a modest farming family. But from an early age, Trotsky possessed something extraordinary, a sharp mind and a powerful voice. As a young man, he became deeply involved in revolutionary politics. He believed the old Russian monarchy had to fall. For this belief, he was arrested and exiled. But exile did not silence him. Instead, it made him more determined. In 1917, the impossible happened. The Russian Empire collapsed during the Russian Revolution, and Trotsky emerged as one of the revolution's most powerful leaders. Working alongside Vladimir Lenin, he helped organize the Bolshevik takeover. Trotsky soon became commander of the Red Army. Against enormous odds, he led the army to victory during the brutal Russian Civil War. To supporters, he was a brilliant strategist. To enemies, he was dangerously influential. But Trotsky's greatest enemy had not yet fully emerged. After Lenin's death in 1924, a fierce struggle for power began inside the Soviet leadership. The two strongest figures were Trotsky and Joseph Stalin. Trotsky believed the revolution should spread across the world. Stalin believed in strengthening power inside the Soviet Union first. But this was not just a disagreement of ideas, it became a battle for control. And Stalin was a master of political strategy. Gradually, Trotsky lost allies. Positions of power were taken from him, and soon he was forced into exile. By 1929, Trotsky had been expelled from the Soviet Union completely. He moved from country to country, Turkey, France, Norway. Everywhere he went, Stalin's shadow followed. Because Stalin had made a decision, Trotsky must be eliminated. Eventually, Trotsky found refuge in Mexico. There, he lived in a heavily guarded house. Even in exile, Trotsky continued writing and criticizing Stalin's government. His words traveled across the world, and Stalin feared the influence he still held. Several attempts were made to assassinate him. One attack involved armed men storming his house at night. Miraculously, Trotsky survived. But the next attempt would be different, because it would come from someone he trusted. In 1940, a man named Ramon Mercader gained access to Trotsky's inner circle. He presented himself as a loyal supporter, calm, polite, intelligent. Over time, Trotsky began to trust him. Then one afternoon, Mercader visited Trotsky under the pretense of discussing a political article. Trotsky invited him inside. As Trotsky read the document Mercader handed him, something happened that no one expected. Mercader suddenly attacked him with a concealed ice axe. Trotsky was gravely wounded, but incredibly, he fought back and shouted for help. Guards rushed into the room and captured the attacker. Trotsky was taken to a hospital in Mexico City. For nearly a full day, doctors tried to save him, but the wound was too severe. On August 21, 1940, Leon Trotsky died. His assassin was later revealed to be working for Soviet intelligence. The betrayal had been orchestrated thousands of miles away from Moscow. Trotsky's death is a stark reminder. Power struggles can turn allies into enemies. And when ambition replaces trust, even the closest comrades may become the greatest threats. History reminds us that loyalty is fragile, especially where power is concerned.